line 2. This is Debbie. Debbie's from Boise as well. Hi, Debbie. Hello.
Hi.
How
Thank
are
you
you?
for taking my call.
Well, thanks so much for hanging in there and tuning in with us. So, my friend, what can I do
just
for you?
have a lot of things going on and was wondering if you see some relief in the near future.
Okay, Debbie. Let me just tap into this. You know, some things are starting to get a little better, yes. But what I find is that there is some continued struggle around you, sweetie, for, at least another several weeks, another month or so. But I do know that during this time period, Debbie, it can actually afford you an opportunity to find yourself getting stronger in your faith and drawing you closer to Spirit. My connectedness that I have with you right now is really got a lot of hope in the vibration. This also tells me that from what I can tell, the worst of your bumps, if you will, or the challenge cycles that you have around you have really passed the bulk of it. But I do find that it's going to take some time for you to feel like you're back on track. Meanwhile, make sure you incorporate daily meditation. Try to throw in a little playfulness here and there. And you're going to notice that this will help quite a bit. I do feel, Debbie, that your emotions may be a little sensitive during this time period and can be that way over the next several weeks. But I do know that, as you know, your mind and heart are yours. And so just be real wise. Overall, everything is not as horrible as things could be on Earth. You know what I mean? So don't forget, in the midst of your challenges, because you do have them, don't forget to identify the blessings that you still have, because that will also help with the consciousness of energy that you're trying to manifest as you move forward. And one other quick thing I do want to touch on, Debbie, if I could. As you and I have been connected here, I'm sensing the presence of an older woman who's around you. And she is so encouraging for you right now. She's got a lot of strength. She is someone that knew you on Earth. And I honestly feel or sense that she perhaps is a grandmother of yours. But she's coming very, very strongly as a supportive, encouraging kind of person with you. So don't be surprised if you dream of her or feel her presence or anything like that. You may notice that she can pop in your head out of the blue or things like that, but she is definitely around you.
Okay.
Please keep that in mind. Your father, he's still around on Earth, isn't he?
No.
Oh, he's passed. Let me ask you a question then. Did he ever have any problems with his heart?
Yes.
Oh, that's who's here. How embarrassing. Do you know who I thought this other man was? I thought it was maybe a grandfather. I got to tell you, did your dad, was he a taller guy?
He was tall, but not real tall.
He comes through with a lot of pride then.
Yeah, he recently passed. He just passed about 7 months ago.
Oh, that would make sense. Can I ask you a question? Does the name Steve mean something?
The name what?
Steve or Steven?
Yeah.
Because he's bringing that up. You also have children?
Yes.
Because he shows children connected to you. He's having a really good time. He's very playful right now. Your dad's coming through with a good sense of humor and playful.
Yeah, he was miserable on Earth, and I know I've had a reading with you, and he came through very strong and very happy.
Yeah, he's doing terrific. He's around you a lot. You're going to be okay. Now, Debbie, I got to thank you, sweetie, for calling in today, and thanks for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. You got a great heart, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Okay, thanks, David.
Who's our next caller?
Our next caller is on line 1 out of Boise today. This is Stephanie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Well, it's good to hear from you, man.
My question today is I'm moving soon, and I'm not sure where I'm going, and I wanted to see kind of what you were feeling on that.
Well, let me see what I pick up. I agree. I do feel movement around you. Aren't you trying to keep yourself here in Idaho still?
Yes.
because that's my initial area of energy of movement is the Idaho area. What I do find interesting is that I kind of feel like you're probably going to stay in the General Treasure Valley area, but I also know that it feels like what part of the town you want to live in and what part of the town you might end up living in are two different things.
Okay.
So just have some flexibility. And the only other thing is I almost feel like you need some time to drive around or spend a little bit more time looking. When I tap into your vibration, it does appear at this point that over the next 4 to 5 weeks, you should find a location, area, that type of thing, an individual, place to live. You should find that in that timeline. Now, because of how those two numbers came through, the 4 to 5 weeks, I'm going to throw this out there just in case. It could come up around the 4th or 5th of August as well. But my main thing on this one, sweetie, is just to encourage you, Stephanie, just to continue to plug forward. Try not to worry too much about it. And the other thing is your energy tells me to some degree that you're defining the move as almost like a daunting task. Just kind of look into that and go, okay, this is just how it is. It's going to be, because ultimately it's a good move for you, ultimately. So kind of keep that in mind. Okay, Steph?
And I do have one other question. Is there any way you can tell me who my guides are?
I don't know, sweetie. Well, one of them is Elvis Presley. No. I'm just teasing you, sweetie. You know what's interesting? I actually do feel the presence of two people around you at this point, two souls. One of them feels thin, tall, male. There's a female. If I was to put flesh age, if they were on Earth, 30-ish, 40-ish, right around there. Dwenzel. I don't know, something with a Dwenzel, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what their names are. But I would just encourage you that if you do sense these guides around you, reach out towards them in thought, especially meditation, those type of things. And if it's meant to be, sweetie, it will get a stronger connection for you. But just kind of keep that in mind. But I definitely currently feel through the presence of two with you that are quite positive. The female energy is very, very sharp that's with you. But that's all I'm picking up at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a great day, and thanks for listening. God bless.
Line 2 is Justine. Justine's calling from the state of Virginia today. Hi, Justine. Hello.
Hi, David. Can you hear
Justin.
me?
Who is this?
This is Greg. Justine just walked out the door.
Greg, and I know who this is. How are you?
Doing fine.
Good. Well, give my best to Justine. Can I ask you a question? Has she been concerned about work, that kind of thing, for herself lately?
That's exactly her question, David.
That makes sense. You know what? Tell her she's going to be fine. There are adjustments around work, but she should be able to find teaching in Virginia. I mean, that shouldn't be too much of a problem for her. I don't necessarily think it's going to be the exact same school. That may switch. We'll see. But I would just encourage her to have some flexibility, and she should find exactly what she's looking for. So she's not going to have to go sling some hash at a truck stop or anything.
Okay, that's great.
It's a good thing. You know, Greg, also for you, you're going to notice in these months to come that you have a fuller sense of awareness around you and a lot more clarity. Also take a little time to make sure you get some of that quiet time and some of that recuperative process of meditation or relaxation. That's going to make a big difference for you as you move forward. Now, around work for you, Greg, you're going to find a lot of consistency and I guess I'll just say stability with what you're working at currently. And just remember, it is totally a blessing for you. Totally.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Greg, is there anything I can touch on for you before I let you go?
No. Thank you very much, David.
It was so cool to hear from you today.
And say hi to Hannah.
Yeah, give her a big old hug, the kids, for me, and
I can't remember the boy's name.
And of course, tell your wife I said hello. She probably had to go run off to work or something. But thank you so much, and God bless. We'll look forward to hearing from you again.
Okay, thank you.